Hey guys, Mr. Hines here. Today, what I want to do is go over lesson 3 headings. We left off last time on lesson 2, and at the end of that, I believe was, if it pops up here, it might take a second. The last thing that we left off on was right here, challenge. So this is going to be over headings, and just follow along, and I'm going to show you guys how to do certain things and explain a few things to you. Okay, so it says overview. The question of the day, how can we work together to fix problems with our websites? This lesson continues the introduction to HTML tags, this time with headings. So the class practices using headings tags to create page and section titles and learn how the different heading elements are displayed by default. So for our vocab for today, heading, a title or summary for a document or section of a document. And then our new code, obviously, is a heading code, which you see right here. It's very similar to the paragraph code. The only difference is instead of putting a P, you put an H. And then the heading size will be based off of what number you put. So if you put H1, that'll be the largest heading. And then as you get bigger and bigger and bigger, the numbers will actually, or the heading will actually get smaller. It has the same thing that goes along like the paragraph, where it has the very beginning, you put that inside the tag, and then at the very end, you put a backslash right in front of the H1. So let's go ahead and get going on this. Okay, so we're going to watch this video real quick, and then when it is finished, I will show you the next part of your project. Remember, this is an ongoing project, so it continues to play together, so everything you do will continue, and then hopefully in the end you'll have a completed project. So questions to consider while watching the video: why do you think professional programmers use pair programming? And then how do you think pair programming will help you to program better? I'll go ahead and hit start.
Get busy! Great things come in pairs. Peanut butter and jelly.
Salt and pepper.
Batman and Robin.
Pizza and pepperoni.
I disagree with you there. I think pizza and spinach.
Pair programming is when two people work together at the same computer to write code. There are two roles. One person is the driver.
And one person is the navigator.
The driver is the person using the computer, actually typing the code.
The navigator is keeping track of the big picture and helping the driver decide what code to write next.
Your driver is your Jedi, and your navigator is your Yoda.
Oh, you already wrote the test?
No, I kind of faked it.
Okay, I'll make a note that we should come back to that. Okay. Sometimes when I'm stuck and I'm programming on my own, I'll ask somebody else to be my pair programmer because they may see a solution that I missed.
Like this one?
Okay.
It's important to switch roles often.
So that we can practice both roles and learn from one another.
You want to switch?
Yeah,
I think I'd rather
yeah.
be navigator right now. Thank you.
I do mistakes while coding. Of course, it's normal. This button isn't working.
It's a bug. I think pair programming makes it a lot easier to ask for help. You figure out that making mistakes is okay. And you learn how to forgive yourself and also other people when you're working with a partner, which makes you become more sociable and easier to talk to, which is a useful skill in life.
Yep. So when you get the opportunity to get other people's point of view on things, it's very important to take that advice.
Because you realize you were wrong, you accept the feedback, and then you become better because of it.
Hey, it works.
You're looking at the human part and the code part. You're not just coding without any emotions. You're coding as a person with another person.
That's what I was saying.
And as people, we need to have good conversations while we're coding so that we don't become like robots. Pair programming is working together
To write code
as a team
and as friends.
Alrighty. So there's that. Go ahead and click the continue. And then we're going to have our first project for headings here. So it says 2 heads are better than 1. This HTML code has some bugs that are made or are making the code pink. Do this. Work together with your partner to fix HTML bugs so that none of the code is pink, and then together come up with one piece of debugging advice. So let's go through here and see what these words mean. We have what is a bug. Bugs are mistakes in code which causes it not to work as planned. Debugging is the process of finding and fixing bugs. Debugging is a problem-solving process, so you use your problem-solving steps as you try to debug. What are some examples of bugs? Can be anything that causes code not to work as planned. Some examples are misspelling, putting code in the wrong places, using the wrong tag, or forgetting to close the tag. And then, of course, we already know that it's pink. And then on here, why does HTML seem to work even when it's broken? We learned that a little bit in the last lesson. Basically, what it's saying here is that it is trying to guess as to what you meant. So it's not always going to get it correct, just like Siri or Alexa or Google and things like that. But a lot of times they can kind of figure out what you mean there. So let's go ahead and take a look at. I'll bump this up a little bit. So we need to fix something here. We see down here the HTML is in pink and then the body is in pink. So right off the bat, what I notice as I'm going through here is I'm looking for things that just don't seem right. So the header looks good, body looks good there. Paragraph on this one looks good because it has its closing tag. Same here, also here. However, I do notice that right here, there's a little problem. So what I need to do, come in here right ahead of that too, and I'm going to put the less than sign, and then paragraph, and then the greater than sign. And then it already has the closing tag there, so we didn't have to change that. So it has less than, and then don't forget that backslash, paragraph, and then greater than. So let's see. I don't see anything else that's pink. After I made that change, it looks like it fixed everything. So yours might look different. I'm just giving you an example of how it could look. But make sure when you're going through there, you're double checking everything to make sure they have the opening and closing tags there. Let's go ahead and click finish. So it looks like they're kind of doing the same thing here. As soon as it gets done loading. All right, so far you've organized your content into paragraphs. Another way HTML allows you to organize your code is by using headings. A heading is a short piece of text that goes at the top of a section, so like this. It's like a title. So find the headings in the web page below and use the inspector tool, again that's over here, to see the code that makes them. Make sure you and your partner agree on what the tags do, and then change the code so that the drawing and 2 years match the headings of the rest of the page. So on this one, if you look through here, like I said earlier, my hobbies is the biggest one on here, and it says H1, and it closes with H1 as well with the backslash. And then the soccer, H2, obviously it's a little smaller. And then for 5 years, it's a little smaller. It actually says H4. So what we're trying to do is change the drawings. Let me move this up so you can see it a little easier. There we go. So we want, oh, I did that, and then I forgot what we were going to do there. We need to change drawing in 2 years. So let's look for drawing in 2 years. There's drawing, and then 2 years. So what you need to do is you want them to match the other ones. So you're going to come back in here, look for, you can use your inspector and see if you can find where drawing is right there. And we want that to be, let's see, drawing and choose match the rest page. I've already changed this, so that's why it looks like that. But basically what they had on there is that they had a different number there. So all I did was come in here and change the, I'm going to turn the inspector off, change the drawing in 2 years from being a heading that was, I don't remember the number. I guess we can look at it. Let's see if I do version history and start over. We can see what it actually looked like, because I've already done all of these, so that's why it looks like that. Okay, so let's go down to the drawing. Yeah, see, the drawing doesn't have anything done to it yet. So you would come over here.
Your phone is disconnected.
And sorry about that. I have too many Bluetooth things going on in my computer room. And then use the inspector and then go over to drawing. You can see that it says paragraph. So what we would do is we would change that to a heading, and we would want it to match like the other ones. So we want it to match baking. And then so we would look at baking. And it says H2, and then, you know, H2 with the closing tag there. And then 2 years, we want it to look like the one that says 10 years. So if I, you know, use the inspector tool again and come down to 10 years, it says that they're using heading H4. So then I'm not going to do it for you. I want you guys to do this, but you will come down here and change the ones that they need drawing, which would be down here. You're going to make that to whatever the other one was, and then for the 2 years we want it to match the 10 years. And again, the 10 years is H4, and then the baking is H2. So that's all you're going to do when you come down here, come to the drawing section, look for it in here. There it is, and it says paragraph, so you're going to change that to H, whatever it said, and then close out the tag, and then the same goes for the 2 years. So please work on that. When you're finished, you can go ahead and click finish and then move on if you would like. But that is all I am going to be showing you for today. Hopefully you guys get this finished and are enjoying learning how to design a web page.